when someone tells you you're very stupid, you're good for nothing, you will never amount to something. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to guard your mental space in the workplace. Very recently, it was buzzing all over social media about tyranny at the workplace, and there was this study made on Bento Africa, which is a startup tech company, and its employees and CEO, or was it co-founder, and I was so amazed at the negativity. How is this even possible? But then it's not like I've not been in a very chaotic workplace before. So I know how that feels, not to that extent about what I read. It's very common to always have, sometimes to have work pressure, but if that's the order of the day or that has become the culture of an organization, then that's where there's a problem. I'm going to leave a link to the write-up in this video. You'll be amazed if you've not read it or you've not experienced it, but this is as real as possible. This is just one of very many cases happening in the workspace. So how do we guard our mental space from both toxic employees, toxic colleagues, toxic bosses? How do we guard our mental space? How do you guard yourself such that you don't lose yourself in a bit of trying to earn a living? The first tip I have for you today is try to diversify your source of income. I'm always going to use Nigeria and Lagos as a case study. On a normal day, if you are earning the same income a year ago and the same income you're earning now, you will barely be able to make a living, like live in a standard way. So many people are stuck in very abusive jobs because that is their only source of income, because they don't have any other thing to fall back on, and that is totally understandable. Some people will choose to treat their mental health just so that they will have that paycheck at the end of the month to be able to pay their bills. And we're also in an economy where the legal system is so messed up, where if you don't have money, it's even very difficult to get justice for the injustices being done to you. So people will be like, okay, if I choose to take this up to say, okay, I quit and I'm going to sue this company for so and so abuse they've done to me, I don't have the money to pursue it. How do I pursue it? So you find people stuck in dead-end jobs, taking all the bullshit, taking all the chaos, taking all the abuse of verbal, emotional, mental abuse that has a very long-lasting negative effect simply because they want to pay their bills. Some people are depressed in their job site because of the things that has been said to them. And this is all because they don't have different streams of income. So my advice is this: when you're going into a job, or this will really come in handy for young stars that are just recently leaving university or that are in university, start as much as you can now to start having a plan B, a plan C, just in case plan A fails. Start now. I hope you watch all these videos. I hope you learn from them. I hope you don't make the same mistakes, because you are in a good position. Someone that already has a family, say 3 children, or it's difficult for that person to leave an abusive job if the person does not have any other thing doing, because how the person cater for his or herself in the coming months until they're able to get another job. So, but you are in a university, you just probably doing your NYC, you're in a good position. Maybe you still have some sort of support, maybe from your parents, from your elder siblings also. So you're in a good position to relax and think more about your life and plan your life, and just look at, how can I do this to make this income? If I'm working this job, how can I do this to make this income? So many people are stuck in dead-end jobs where they receive abuse because they don't have different streams of income. So when you get a new job, always ask yourself, what happens if this job fails? You're not planning to leave the job, you're just trying to think out of the box. And also added to the fact that income alone at this point, the monthly pay To be honest, it's not enough for an average Nigerian citizen these days. It's not enough. You must be at a particular level for you to say, okay, my income can comfortably is enough for me. So I've dealt a lot in that, because that is honestly a very key point. Because someone that has, maybe you have a side hustle doing by the side, and someone is just talking, abusing you, doing that to you, you just say, what is the meaning of this? Why do I have to take all of this nonsense, like, when I can actually still sustain myself outside this job? And you move on and you save yourself years of therapy. The next step is to confront those that are abusive towards you. Don't keep quiet. Sometimes some people do that, they don't even know. You find some bosses when they're angry, or even your colleagues when they're angry. Sometimes it's not just about the bosses alone. You find colleagues that backbite, that plan things against you, that speak against you, gossip against you, call you names and things like that. So sometimes it might be just a character problem when it comes to them. Maybe I'm just assuming, in rare occasions they don't really know they are this way. So you can actually even help them by confronting them that, look, this way you speak to me, or you spoke to me, this name you called me offended me, I don't like it, and there's this something it does to me, and this is how it's affecting me. You have to be very wise about it, not making a scene out of it. I'm not saying you should be extremely confrontational, fighting, no, but have a decent conversation. Even sometimes, even with your bosses, look for the perfect timing. It's also about timing. Look for the perfect timing when your boss is in a good mood, and he's just having, because there are times which they are that way, where they are laughing and they just are free with you. You can just take advantage of that to say, sir, ma, this and that, like chip in those things that are worrisome to you in a very polite way, and just listen to what they have to say. So yeah, confront them with the things they say to you that makes you feel in a way which you don't like. The next step is find ways to relieve yourself. Find ways to relieve yourself from a very stressful work environment. You can the best way to say is leave the job in the office. I'm so very guilty, and till now I'm still trying to like walk my way around that. I'm this kind of person, target oriented. So sometimes, most times, all the time, I'll take work home, and I struggle between balancing up personal things and my job. So learn that too. You can try to balance things up, those things that affected you were in the office. It's about mind training. It's not an easy thing to do, but train your mind to forget those things that happen in the office. Keep it there. As you're leaving that office, drop it there. Come home, relax, take your mind off it, listen to music, try to distract yourself. If it's the weekend, go for a swim, go for a drive, go for lunch with friends. Just do something to take yourself off that mood. It's going to help your mental space and make you feel free. The next and last tip I'm going to give you today is seek out positive and non-toxic colleagues. Try to speak to your colleagues and non-toxic colleagues. So if there are things which are happening, there are also people that are also probably good within the environment, within the workspace. So you can confide in those people, the ones you trust. Talk to them. This is what is going on. Just by you talking about it, maybe they can even share their own experience. You feel free, you feel better. They can also help you out and give you a few tips on how you can handle it. Say for example, you're new to a work environment and you have people that have already been there and that have been facing the same similar situations. You can approach them like, this is what I'm experiencing, how do I handle this, how do I get this resolved, this is how I feel, and how do I help myself? Have you been through this before? How did you get over it? So talk, open up, talk. You can go to your spouse when you go home, talk to people close to you, those you trust, those who will not use it in ridiculing you, those who will not laugh at you. Talk about it, because this has a long lasting effect. You might move on from that job, but you don't know how much this has affected you mentally, how much it has probably affected your self-esteem. Above all, these are times where you should not depend on a single source of income. Try as much as you can, no matter how tasking, no matter how demanding your job is. Try as much as you can to break free from that single stream of income, so that you have that confidence to move on from every form of toxicity, from every form of abuse you're experiencing in the workspace. With these very few tips of mine, I hope it's been helpful. I hope it's been helpful. You can try online if you feel like you don't have ideas of what to do. Why don't you watch YouTube? Try to see online. It's a very good way where you can make some passive income without you investing so much time into working as a full-time job. So just go online, read things on how to make passive income. You might meet the fake ones, you'll also meet the real ones, because there are people making genuine income from online. So try these things out. If you feel like you don't have resource to invest in another business, and try new things, new jobs online, passive things where you can easily learn these things and how to do them and get them done. So yes, guys, do have a wonderful time.